Welcome back to the Born Blondes podcast.
Spooky season.
Aubrey?
Sorry, I don't know what it is, but every time you say that, I just want to say spooky season. Anyway, I'm Randa.
I was going to say, leave them
Y'all
guessing.
should know who we are by now.
You should.
You should.
But we sat down and had a conversation, and we want to keep Murder Mondays on track. So I know we said we're going to do cryptids this week, but we are switching it around, and we're going to do our Murder Monday. We're going to start our Murder Mondays. I'm really excited.
I'm so excited. Starting with the state Alabama.
Yes. And then next week we'll do the cryptids. So we're kind of getting back on track.
Yes. So from now on, every third Monday will be the Murder Mondays by states.
I'm still like having a hard time believing that it's already the third week of the new year.
Seriously.
Like I'm struggling.
It's been a year.
Facts. We're only 3 weeks in and it's been a year.
2026. That's my year, man.
That's my year. I'm coming for you, baby.
Isn't this also the third Friday that's like Quitter's Day, or was that the second week? I think
I have no idea. I've never heard of
I want to say
Quitter's Day.
Quitter's Day is either the second Friday of the January or it's the third Friday. And it's usually when people do quit. Either like their like resolutions or
My Quitter's Day was
January
December
1st.
31st.
I quit 2025 before it even fucking begins. I'm over it.
At 11:59 on December 31st was my quitting day.
Y'all, I give up. It has been a year.
Facts. Hang on, it's going to be a wild ride.
Seriously, it's going to be a doozy this year.
Sure is.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Who are we talking about?
Let's jump right into it. Today we are talking about Nannie Doss.
Whoop.
Dun dun dun.
I say whoop whoop, and you're like dun dun dun.
Nannie Doss, she was an American serial killer responsible for the death of 11 people.
Jeez.
She has been referred to as the Giggling Granny, the Lonely Hearts Killer, the Jolly Black Widow, and Lady Bluebird. Bluebird? Bluebeard?
Can you? I'm sorry, but you said giggling granny, and the only thing that popped in my head was like old lady hunched over. Just
That's what I picture in my head too.
It makes for a creepy ass movie.
Dude, literally. Have you ever seen It?
Do I watch scary movies?
No, you don't.
No,
but it reminds me
don't.
of the giant granny with saggy titties in the It movie.
You don't gotta talk about me like that.
I got an eyelash. The new remake, not the old one with what's his face?
I've seen neither.
Huh?
I've seen neither.
What's that guy's? Oh, Tim Curry. Tim Curry? I think it's
Tim Burton.
No, wrong guy. But yeah, let's get into the story of Nannie Doss. Little warning, considering I just fucked up Lady Bluebird when it's supposed to be Lady Bluebeard. Y'all are in for a treat.
Yes. Also, there will be pictures, but I don't know we don't know exactly when. So look for pictures. If you're on audio only, you can head over to our YouTube and check out pictures.
If you want to see what these people looked like and other items.
All sorts of stuff.
I don't fucking know. I just work here.
I barely do that.
That's a fact.
All right. So on November 4th, 1905, in Blue Mountain, Alabama, which is now a part of Anniston, Louisa, or Lou, and James F. Hazel welcomed their second baby girl, Nancy Hazel, or as we now know, Nannie Doss. Nannie is one of 5 children, with one brother, William Roscoe, Roscoe.
Probably Roscoe. William Roscoe.
Sure. And 3 sisters,
Sure.
Annie Mae, Dovie Frances, and Addie Sula. Sula?
Addie Sula.
Sure. James, Nannie's father, was said to be controlling and abusive to both his children and wife. James refused to let the kids attend school and instead forced them to work on the family farm. This resulted in Nannie's poor academic performance.
Oh, snap. So already we are not off to a great start.
No, we're not.
Which I feel a lot of these serial killer stories are going to have shitty upbringings.
Yes.
At least.
And a lot of them do. But I think it's more, I don't want to say weird or strange, but it's also more weird and strange when they had like great upbringings and they still end up.
It's like literally something just like clicked in their brain. And it was just like, time to kill. Like,
Right.
like I'm laughing about it because it's uncomfortable.
I laugh through the trauma.
Facts.
The only way I'm getting through it is with laughter.
Literally.
Don't worry, I'm hiding my tears.
It just hurts on the inside. During a train ride visit, or to visit with relatives in southern Alabama at 7 years old, the train abruptly stopped and Nannie hit her head on a metal bar from the seat in front of her. For years after the accident, Nannie suffered with severe headaches, blackouts, and depression. She continued to blame all of this and her mental instability on the train accident, which is another thing I was going to say. Is they either have a shitty upbringing or they have some kind of head trauma.
Or in this case,
Both. So she's in for a treat. You're in for a treat. Just stay
somebody's
tuned.
in for something.
I guess it's not really much of a
Mere
treat because it
dear.
ended very badly.
Mere dear.
What?
Mere dear.
Murder. Oh, I was like, what
Mere
the fuck
dear.
are you talking about?
My dear.
My dear giggling granny.
Growing up, one of her favorite hobbies included not eating my hair. Got it.
Not eating my hair.
Growing up, one of her favorite hobbies included reading her mother's romance magazines and dreaming of a
good.
romantic future. Her favorite part being the Lonely Hearts column. The Lonely Hearts column is also known as a contact ad for a person
Here we go.
who is seeking another for friendship, romance, marriage, or sexual activity.
Hey.
In order to prevent daughters from being molested by men.
Hello.
In order to prevent his daughters from being molested by men, Nannie's father forbade them. Is it forbade or forbid?
Forbade.
From wearing makeup and attractive clothing. He also forbade them from going to dances and other school events.
Dude, that kind of sucks.
What is attractive clothing in 1905? Like, ooh, don't show your ankles.
I'm sure it's like the corsets that like the big old boobies hang out over.
Big boobies.
The tiggle bitties, you know what I'm saying?
Bitties. You know, that's also like Craigslist before Craigslist.
Facts. Or I was gonna say like OnlyFans, but that's not right. Like Tinder, like the Tinder apps and
dating
shit.
apps.
Yeah. All right. At the age of 16, Nannie met Charlie Braggs, who was her coworker at a linen factory. After 4 months of dating, Charlie and Nannie got married with Nannie's father's approval. Braggs was an only child to a single mother, and after they wed, Nannie and Charlie, not his mom. Just needed to clarify.
Charlie
that.
married his mother.
You know, Charlie's mother insisted on continuing to live with them.
So essentially, Charlie
Married.
and Nannie married his mother.
Facts.
Got it.
Later, Nannie wrote, and this is a direct quote, "I married, as my father wished, in 1921 to a boy I only knowed about 4 or 5 months who had no family, only a mother who was unwed and who had taken over my life completely when we were married. She never seen anything wrong with what she had done, but she would take spells." I don't know what the fuck that means. She would take spells. I don't know. Pills?
Witchcraft.
Maybe. She would not let my own mother stay all night. End quote. Bragg's mother limited Nannie's activities and took up a lot of Charlie's attention. Nannie and Charlie had 4 daughters from 1923 to 1927.
Damn,
they were busy.
They was popping them out
They
like
were
every year.
Fucking jackrabbits in this bitch.
Hold on. That's 4 daughters in 5 years?
That's pretty much one a year,
No thanks.
give or take. Nannie being stressed out, she started to drink and her casual smoking habit turned into a heavy addiction. With both Nannie and Charlie being unhappy, they correctly suspected each other of suspended.
They suspended each
They
other.
suspended each other.
You're suspended. Get out of here.
Could you imagine?
I'm
Suspended. Get out. You're on the couch for a week.
I'm going to try that with Ricky tonight and just be like, hey, you're suspended. Get out of here.
You have
He'd
to
be
tell me
like,
what he says.
I'll record it and let you know.
Perfect. After being unhappy, they correctly suspected each other of infidelity, and oftentimes Charlie would disappear for days on end.
Sounds healthy.
Sounds like a wonderful marriage.
That's something.
Yeah. Could you imagine living with your mother-in-law? I mean,
I'm going to keep that comment to myself.
There's definitely pros and cons. I mean, it's just, I don't care how much you love your mother-in-law. I loved my mother-in-law, and to this day, I would love to live with her. But
I feel the exact same way. I was going to make a comment about who she lives with currently. So that comment I have to keep to myself.
no, like, just your mother-in-law. Like, she's single.
What I'm saying, what I was going to say is, I'm sure my mother-in-law would love coming to live with me and getting away from the chaos.
I mean, wouldn't we all?
It just, I'm gonna send Ricky back to his dad, and then I'm gonna take his mom.
There you go.
And
That's a nice little trade.
Me, his mom, and Hope can get all witchy together at home.
Do it up. Hello. There's a microphone there.
Doosh. I do love my mother-in-law.
Me too.
We get along well. I asked Ricky, side tangent. I asked Ricky if his mom would be down to do a 3-generation witchy photo shoot with me and Hope, and he
That'd be
goes,
fun.
"Yeah, I'm sure she would." And I was like,
for sure.
Sweet.
You gotta do it. You gotta do
I want to. She'd be all for it. I know Hope would. Hope's down for anything though.
That's true. She is.
She's a go with the flow.
She is down.
All right. So back to this wonderful marriage.
Wonderful lady.
The couple, I'm eating my hair again.
Dude.
This has really got to stop.
You got a problem?
Yes. My hair.
I was already aware.
Shave it off. No, I'm just kidding.
Shave it off.
I already cut it all off.
Yeah, don't do that.
The couple lost their 2 middle girls to a suspected food poisoning in 1927.
Suspected food poisoning.
Right.
Quotations.
Soon after their death, I would also like to point out that their last daughter, or their 4th daughter, was born in 1927 when so the same year is when these food poisonings happened. Soon after their deaths, Charlie took the firstborn daughter, Malvina. We're going to go with Malvina.
Yeah, because Vinia would have an IA.
That's true. So Malvina took the firstborn daughter, Malvina, and left, leaving their newborn Florine with Nannie. A short time later, Charlie's mother passed, and Nannie had to take a job in a cotton mill to support herself and Florine. In the summer of 1928, Charlie brought Malvina back while being accompanied by a divorcee with her own child. Soon after, Nannie and Charlie got a divorce, and Nannie took the 2 girls back to her mother's home. After Charlie left, he always said it was because he was frightened of Nannie. So he left with the oldest daughter, left his mom there to deal with your psycho wife.
No, mom died.
No. He left and left his mom there. And then shortly after he left, his mom then died.
along with the 2 mysterious poisonings.
They happened before he left, though.
That's true.
So, could you imagine
That'd be weird.
being stuck with your daughter-in-law after your son decides to just up and leave?
That would be weird. I would like move out.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's not like they had a great relationship.
Right. But you just like left your mom there. You're like, good luck, mom. She's fucking psycho.
Fend for yourself, mom. You on
And then
your
brought
road.
the kid back and was like, I don't want this one anymore. I'm gonna go off with this new chick and her kid.
Right.
Seems a little fishy.
I mean,
This whole thing seems
we're
a little
definitely
fishy.
getting there. So, Nannie's second marriage was to Robert Franklin Harrelson, who she met and married in 1929. Nannie and Robert lived in Jacksonville, Alabama, with Malvina and Florine. Their marriage lasted 16 years, even though a few months in, Nannie found out Robert was an alcoholic and had a criminal record for assault. Sounds like a real wiener.
Good for them for sticking through for 16 years.
That's a long time. Mitchell and I are going on 11, and holy shit, that's a long time.
We're coming up on 2.
Hey, even 2 years is a long time. Let's
It
be
is a
real.
long
In this
time.
day and age, if you like go past like 6 months to a year, you're winning.
Look at us. We're winning.
We're winning.
Dude,
Dude.
I say good for them for 16 years. But like,
We've been friends for 16
this
years.
year will be 17.
Oh my God, stop. That's a long fucking time.
I hate this.
That makes me feel really fucking old.
Right?
And I'm only
And I'll
25.
be 30 this year.
That's weird. I'm only 25.
Oh, shit. I mean, it's my 25th birthday for the fifth time. You want to know what's better than 24?
25.
25.
That's why I'm always 25.
There you go.
Just kidding.
Woohoo. Yoo-hoo.
Big summer blowout.
In 1943, Malvina gave birth to Nannie's first grandchild, Robert Lee Haynes.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll do Haynes.
Haynes, yeah.
2 years later, Malvina gave birth to another baby, but died shortly after.
Oh,
Malvina died or the baby died?
the baby died.
The baby died. Okay, sorry. Well exhausted from labor and groggy from ether, which is a former general anesthetic.
Anesthesia.
Anesthetic.
No, it's anesthesia.
General anesthesia. A former general. Sure.
Yeah, anesthesia.
Anesthetic. Anesthesia.
Anesthetic isn't like the
Aesthetic.
yeah, you're thinking. Please
Listen.
suck at that.
I need sleep.
I need something.
That was an aggressive P.
sleep. Heavy on the
Heavy on the good night.
heavy on the bye bye. Heavy on the don't talk to me for 3 hours.
30. 3 days. 3 business days.
3 years.
3 to 5 business
later.
days. Malvina thought she saw Nannie stick a hat pin into the baby's head.
What's a hat pin, Aubrey?
We're going to show you. Ta-da!
Hat pin. Hat pin.
Malvina asked her husband and sister to clarify what she had seen, and they both said that Nannie had told them that the baby was dead, and they also noticed she was holding a pin, but the doctors couldn't do... I'm sorry. Skipped a line there. The doctors couldn't give a definitive explanation. The grief of loss caused Malvina and her husband to drift apart, and Malvina started dating a soldier that Nannie disapproved of.
Of course.
After a nasty fight with her mother, Malvina went to visit her dad.
Her dad.
Her dad.
Her dad.
During this time, Malvina's son Robert died mysteriously under Nannie's care on July 7th, 1945.
What the fuck?
Mysteriously.
Yeah, quotes there.
The death was
The Dissels.
ruled as asphyxia from unknown causes. 2 months later, Nannie would collect the $500 life insurance policy that she had taken out on Robert.
Red flag.
But this is only about
A fucking baby?
$8,800 today.
You did a life support or life insurance on a fucking
policy.
baby? On an infant.
Red flag.
Huge red flag.
Mysterious.
Yeah. I can't. Later in 1945, Robert, Nannie's second husband, raped Nannie. The following day, she decided to put rat poisoning in Robert's corn whiskey jar, and he would die later that evening. I mean,
to be fair,
don't rape people. I'm laughing because it's uncomfortable.
I mean, to be fair, same.
Keep your dick in your pants.
Not okay.
Two wrongs don't make a right, but I mean, don't rape people. That was a short little sentence. I like the short ones. I don't fuck them up as much. The long paragraphs, it's hard because you got to be like, all right, because you skipped a line and it's like, all right, where the fuck am I? There's too many words. Where am I? All right.
Nannie would meet her third husband, Arlie Lanning. What? I'm sorry. What?
What the fuck? Who typed that?
Lanning.
Me. Just say Lanning in.
Lanning. I think it's just Lanning.
Does it come up again? We'll just call him Arlie L.
Arlie L.
Arlie
Nannie
L.
would meet her third 23rd.
I can't. This is great.
Normally I'm the decent one. You rubbed off on me and I don't like it.
Sorry.
2025. Aubrey learns to fuck up.
I'm telling you, it's been a year.
It's been a year.
It's been a year.
Nannie would meet her third husband, Arlie L., while traveling in Lexington, North Carolina through a Lonely Hearts column, and they married 3 days later.
Oh my God.
3 days? Quick. 3 days.
That's not even enough time to I was going to say figure out their favorite color, but that's stupid.
You want to know what came into my head?
I mean, you and Ricky started dating after 2, right?
No, it was...
No, I
think it was a week or 2.
That's not terrible.
But we didn't get married. Anyway.
We didn't get married.
The thought that came into my head was that's not even long enough to fart around each other.
That's facts. That's facts.
You married them and you don't even know what their farts are like.
I am so happy you said that because that is so fucking true. When you first get into a relationship with someone, you're holding that shit in to where you get bubble guts and it starts hurting. You're like, I gotta go.
To the bathroom a minute. Excuse me.
In the bathroom, just fucking tearing the shit up. No, but that is so true. 3 days is not enough time to even poop around someone.
Well, if you're not pooping in 3 days, then you got problems. But I guarantee they weren't together all 3 days.
That's true. It was a different time back then.
It was something.
I mean, this is 1940 something.
Right, but Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood also has that song about going to Vegas and she doesn't know her last name because she woke up with a new husband. So I mean, it happens, but
it does happen. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, though.
True. This was North Carolina, though. So, similar to Nannie's second husband, Robert, Arlie was also an alcoholic womanizer, but in this marriage, it was often Nannie who disappeared for months on end.
Ooh.
She played the doting housewife when she was at home, and when Arlie died of what was believed to be heart failure, the townspeople supported Nannie at his funeral. Shortly after Arlie's funeral, the couple's house burnt down, but the house had been left to Arlie's sister.
Oh.
Shocker.
No house for you, sister.
The insurance money was collected by Nannie, and she quickly put it in the bank.
Red flag.
Shortly after, Arlie's mother died in her sleep. Nannie then left North Carolina and ended up at her sister Dovie's house. Dovie had been bedridden at the time, and soon after Nannie's arrival, Dovie passed away. Shocker.
So she killed Arlie. Arlie's mother and her sister Dovie.
It didn't say that she killed them. It said that they died.
I mean, I can put two and two together.
She just happened to be in the area.
You got a hair. Oh, it's attached.
It is.
I thought it was
and it keeps
the
going
way
in my
it's
mouth.
like going right here. It looked like it was hanging from your microphone, but
it's in my mouth.
I mean, I can put two and two together and be like, homegirl killed all three of those people.
Yeah.
But like back then, they were like, "Oh, what a weird coincidence!
What a
like, how did this happen?"
You've got such bad luck. All these people who mean so much to you are just,
You're just
dying
losing
in your
everybody.
vicinity.
It must be so hard for you.
Wait a second.
Wait a second. All right. Nannie went on to look for another husband by joining a dating service called the Diamond Circle Club, where she soon would meet Richard L. Morton of Jamestown, North Carolina. Richard and Nannie got married in 1952 in Emporia, Kansas. While I almost said Richard.
Richard.
While Richard.
Hey, Richard.
Richard. While Richard did not have a drinking problem, he was known to be adulterous. In
Shocker.
January 1953, Nannie's mother, Louisa, came to live with them. Came to live with them, and Nannie ended up poisoning her. 3 months later, on May 19, 1953, Morton died by poisoning.
Shocker.
I feel like poisoning was like the go-to like kill.
It's because nobody knew how to detect it back then.
That's
but
true.
Also, what was I going to say? Oh, you talked about you talked about adulteress, and I just would like to point out that Nannie really knows how to pick them.
Nannie certainly had a type.
Shitty.
I mean, she wasn't the greatest person either, so takes
Like
one to know
attracts
one.
like.
What?
Like attracts like. I thought it was opposites attract, but apparently it's just
like attracts likes.
Shitty person gets murdered by shitty person.
I mean, it's not like he deserved it.
Well, nobody deserves it.
Right. Just because you're a shitty person. I guess it depends on your crime. It really depends on your crime.
In June of 1953, Nannie would go on to Manuel
Mary? Or what is she doing?
Fucking cool.
It's either I do really bad and you do really good, or you do really bad and I do decent. Today's one of those days.
Of 1953.
Really
Nannie would go on to marry Samuel Doss of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Manuel
Doss.
I love it so much.
I hate it.
Manuel.
Sammy.
I almost just spit everywhere. Woo, don't take a sip of your Sprite mid-laugh. Woo!
I was wondering why you did it in the first place.
Bro, it got real hot in here all of a sudden. My cheeks red. I feel flush.
Samuel was a Nazarene minister. Manuel. Samuel had lost his family to a tornado in Carroll County, Arkansas.
Arkansas. Yeah, why is it not Arkansas?
Listen, I don't know.
The English language.
Or why isn't it just Kasaw?
Well, it'd be Arkansas, not Kasaw.
Right, but Kansas, it would be Arkansas.
Correct.
So wouldn't Kansas just be Kansas? Why?
Yeah.
Anyway. Kasaw!
Sounds like a bird. Did you see that Kasaw?
Kasaw!
I guess it's better than Lady Bluebeard or Bird. Oh, now I say it right.
What is the bluebird? What is the Lady Bluebird's sound?
Anyway.
Samuel had lost his fam. Oh, wait. I already done that. Samuel disapproved. Motherfucker. Samuel disapproved of the many romance stories and novels that Nannie adored. In September, Samuel had flu-like symptoms, which led to him being admitted to the hospital, where he was diagnosed with a severe
Hello.
disgusted.
I mean, that's what it says. That's what we typed.
It's definitely severe digestive tract infection.
Hey, you listen
Disgusted
here.
tract infection.
I mean, they are pretty gross. You ever had
True.
one?
No.
I mean, I've had a UTI and those suck.
Facts.
So it's pretty disgusting.
After treatment, he was released on October 5th. In a rush to collect the 2 life insurance policies, Nannie had killed him on the evening of October 12th, 1954. The sudden death concerned his doctor, and an
No
autopsy
shit.
was ordered. Finally, somebody's like, that seems a bit strange.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Except she was.
The results of the autopsy showed a huge amount of arsenic in Samuel's system, and Nannie was immediately arrested. Arrested.
All right, you're ready for this?
I wonder if you can hear the chair. It's like,
We got to tighten the screws a little bit. After her arrest,
so do I.
that's a fact. Yes. After her arrest, Nannie confessed to killing 4 of her husbands,
4 of 5, keep in mind.
her mother, her sister, her grandson, and her mother-in-law. And if you count that out, that does not equal 4 or 11.
That does not equal 4.
I read
You
4.
are correct. That does not equal 4.
So 4 of her
Or
husbands, her mother, her sister, her grandson, and her mother-in-law. So that's 8 people.
Right.
And at the beginning, it said she killed 11.
So let's find
Just
out.
keep in mind. She only confessed to killing these 8 people, but never confessed to killing her 2 middle children and didn't confess to killing the other grandson.
Bet you forgot about the 2 kids that she originally had, didn't you?
I did, for sure. Even though she confessed, the state of Oklahoma only tried her for Samuel's death. J. Howard Edmondson. I don't know why I had to read it that way, but I did. Who would later become the governor of Oklahoma, was the prosecutor of Nannie Doss. While she was only found guilty in Oklahoma, the state justice departments of North Carolina, Kansas, and Alabama also charged her with murder, but she was never tried outside of Oklahoma. Oklahoma. On May 17, 1955, Nannie pled guilty to the murder of Samuel Doss and was sentenced... Manuel. Oh, hey, it's my husband.
Michelle.
Snow plowing. And was sentenced to life imprisonment. At 48 years old, Nannie would be facing the... Let me clear my throat. Okay. Let me redo. At 48 years old, Nannie would be facing the electric chair and the possibility of becoming the first woman in Oklahoma history to be executed. That's insane. Fuck around and find out.
I mean,
You did the crime, you do the time.
I wouldn't have been against it.
Oh, my light turned off on my microphone. How sad.
My light turned off in my head.
Facts. No, your light has been off, not just turned
It
off.
don't went baba. Someone needs to replace the bulb.
It's not working.
Press and hold.
Ta-da! Yay. Anyway, 2 years later, a judge declared her insane and in turn was spared the electric chair. The judge explained that he didn't want to sentence her to the death penalty because she was a woman and especially because of her mental disabilities. Nannie was never charged with the other deaths. In the hospital ward of Oklahoma State Penitentiary, Nannie fell ill and died of leukemia on June 2nd, 1965, just 10 years after her sentence. She is buried at Oak Hill Memorial Park in McAllister, Oklahoma. And that, my friends, is the story
Of Gitlin Granny.
Lady Bluebird of Nannie Doss. And that concludes our first episode
of Murder Mondays.
Murder Mondays by the States.
Hope you enjoyed. I'm excited to
Me too.
see how this goes.
Me too. Who's our next person?
I don't remember, but we're
Let's
going
see.
to Alaska.
We are going to Alaska.
We're going to Alaska.
Going on a trip.
We're going on a trip in our
Favorite rocket ship
to Alaska to
We-
talk about murder.
Robert Hansen is
Ooh.
our Robert Hansen.
Okay.
Again, we were trying to do mainly females for this Murder Mondays because you don't really hear about the female serial killers
Correct.
that often. But if you do hear us talking about a man, it's because we could not find a female for that state.
Or the female story was just really
Not
boring.
correct.
It was like, yes, she killed 4 people.
Okay, but
Wow.
what's the story?
In
How?
1734, she killed 4 people.
Okay.
But if you guys want to hear that, then I guess that'll be a very quick 5-minute episode.
Right. Right. Also, we know that this topic is very serious and we know that this isn't like a laughing matter, but we just want to say that
Trauma.
in order for us to get through this, we need, because we're uncomfortable, we need to like laugh about it and like,
I'm going to let you know now. Anytime we talk about a serious topic, there's
There's-
a really, really, really good chance that I'm going to laugh my way through it, because if I don't laugh through it, I'm going to cry through it.
Yeah.
And I'm not crying.
I'm lying.
I almost said on television, but on the interwebs.
On the interwebs. It could be on your television. I guess it depends on where you watch us or listen.
Don't watch us on your television. We don't need to be that big.
No. Oh my God.
Could you imagine my big ass head on a TV?
Could you imagine my big ass forehead on a TV?
This baby's 5 head.
No, didn't you say 6 head?
This baby's
The
6
six
head.
head. Anyway, next week we will be doing our cryptids
Cryptids. I'm so
for
excited.
sure. We just need to lock in gear and fucking finish the research on it.
Listen, the executive dysfunction has been strong.
It's been real with this one, you guys.
Oh, it's
Real.
been bad.
It's been rough. Rough.
Anyway,
But yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you for
joining
joining us today. We hope you have a fabulous Monday, and we will see you next week. Do all the things on all the things.
Hello?
Who in the shit? There's someone at my door soliciting.
Okay, bye.
I feel like I'm one of those millennials that will just hide in the corner and be like, I didn't hear anybody knock at my
I
door.
don't even hide in the corner. I hide underneath the damn couch. You have that
Facts.
video of us.
I literally like fucking like Squidward it and just like.
She's like, get down.
I did too. I was like, get down, abort mission. But anyway, have a great week. Do all the things on all the socials. We love you, and we will see you next week. Bye. You look like a little bird.
Tweet, 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 tweet.